obviously I'm disappointed and nobody likes to lose. Like, that's how it is. But
the Connecticut Suns spoil the debut of Caitlin Clark.
I'm the biggest Caitlin Clark fan I know. So after watching that game, I felt weak. It's not just that they lost. They lost by 21 points. And so I wanted to understand why she's struggling. But most importantly, what's the solution?
I'm so excited to see Caitlin Clark.
The ticket price increase is exorbitant right now. I talked to one dad and his two daughters who paid $6,000 for courtside seats here tonight.
You guys earned the Liberty over $2 million ticket revenue today from this game, which is the most ever.
Wow. You know, they're coming out to watch us. You know, maybe some watching Caitlin Clark too, but...
Clark with some prominent moments, but the Liberty take down the Fever.
Caitlin Clark effect is real. Even when she's scoring or not scoring points, they'd love to watch her play.
But she's not only struggling in the court, she's also struggling from the media.
No black WNBA players have a signature shoe. Here's why that's a gigantic problem.
Fans have been calling for Asia to get a shoe for as long as I can remember.
There's been a lot of narratives around the attention that you're getting versus some of the vets that have been in this league for a long time. Do you think about that? Or
to be honest, I'm not really on social media. Like, I don't read that. Like, this is my job. My job's to compete and play basketball every single day. You know, help this team to get better. You know, obviously we're fighting for our first win, and that's what I think about every single day, is come in and get better and focus on the things that I need to focus on.
And Indiana flirts with their first win, but Connecticut hangs on.
Honestly, I feel like I talk to the media more than I get to talk to my own family, which really, no, I'm being dead serious, like, which is really kind of sad in a way.
Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever, and they are now 0-5.
After 5 straight losses, I was like, what the f***? Are they never gonna win?
This is not an Indiana team that anyone should expect to be competing for a championship this year. It's not a team that should be expected to compete to be playing in the semifinals this year.
To me, I feel like the only thing that matters is the opinions my teammates have of me, my coaches have of me, and it's hard, like, and it's a lot for somebody that's 22 years old. I'm excited. Energy's good out there.
Brothers and daughters, fathers and daughters, sons, everybody in the building excited to see the debut of that young woman.
This is a little different than a preseason game. Like, this one really counts. Like, this is the real deal. Like, this is on ESPN, so.
There were thousands of people who came from all over, really from Vermont all the way down to Maryland.
Sold out Mohegan Sun Arena.
The last time the Sun had a sellout crowd for their opener was during their inaugural season, all the way back in 2003.
Caitlin Clark brought unprecedented attention to women's college basketball, and to all of those fans that have followed her here to the WNBA, welcome. This league is ready for you.
And the question is Caitlin's game ready for it?
I think this is definitely up there with some of the best moments of my life, for sure.
Here we go, into the arms of Clark, and you can hear her fans immediately.
To understand why she's struggling, we must first understand that this is a game of momentum.
Clark will pull.
Whoever dominates first builds confidence first.
Boston one-on-one with Jones will flip it in. Aaliyah Boston the bucket. Caitlin Clark the assist.
That's why the first 10 minutes is crucial.
Thomas banks it in on the spin. It's first player in league history to finish top 3 in rebounds, assists, and steals.
Because sometimes, whoever wins the first 10 minutes wins it all.
Clark into the paint, hooks it up and off. Deflected to Smith, who flips it in.
Indiana had momentum at the beginning.
Out to Smith, her 3 is good. Melissa Smith.
But momentum can shift anytime.
Harris who buries the 3.
When you're losing momentum, you push hard to get it back, and sometimes that creates problems like fouls.
A freight train going around Clark, and a whistle on Clark, who looked like was trying to avoid Thomas.
Yeah, we're fouling way too much. We're making silly fouls.
Here, Thomas is going to be fouled by Clark. Wow.
And the opponent benefits from those problems.
Bonner dips in and banks it home.
Juana Bonner is just so long and efficient. She always has size in terms of height and length on her defender.
It's 5 years. Hines and Bonner. Sun on a 7-0 run.
If you can't stop the opponent's momentum, you need to stop the game before it gets worse.
Timeout on the floor. And she's on the bench right now with 2 fouls.
But even from the bench, she's still engaged.
Let's go, White!
Connecticut turns it over. Alyssa Smith running the floor, beats up highs at home. Berger, not picked up, goes right to the cup and lays it in.
Good knee, Grace. Good knee, Grace.
Wallace left alone will fire and hit from 3.
Getting into foul trouble, and then you got to sit on the bench and try to come back into the game and get into a little bit of a flow. But
trying to lob it inside, knocked away by Thomas. 3rd turnover from Clark.
Everyone's going to see all of her turnovers. That's because she came in as the most impactful collegiate player into the WNBA.
Passes. Kelsey Mitchell on the floor. Great sign for Indiana.
Harris, another 3 is good. That's the 3rd 3 of the first quarter for Ty Harris.
At the end of the first, Indiana was down by 6, and that was the game.
Clark looking to drive it, evades Carrington into the lane.
thought it was physical.
A veteran-led Connecticut Sun team with the best defense in the WNBA. She's facing them in her first game.
Carrington picks Clark's pocket and lays it in.
Dejanay's an athletic guard, and they had a game plan against her, and it's just going to take some time for her to, to figure that speed and quickness and physicality out. It's something she's not had.
Here's Clark around the screen from Boston. Will let it fly. It hit. Clark clapped her hands in frustration.
Remember, this is the challenge she chose. She could have gone back and she could have played at the collegiate level, but she wants to play against the best of the best.
0 for 4 from the floor now in the early going, 0 for 2 from 3.
Because that's what it brings out in you, the best version.
And another poor pass from Indiana.
25 turnovers, and some of them were just like, they were trying to go inside. They were throwing it really from far out.
She was effective early, not so much a great look initially from Clark, but Thomas gets to it. 10th turnover from Clark.
She had 10 turnovers, and that became the story, but not from me. Those turnovers were from failed assists, which can easily be fixed as her chemistry with the team develops.
Clark flings it ahead. Wallace couldn't grab it.
Keep pushing. Let's go.
Just getting more comfortable, and that's just going to come with experience and getting to play with these girls. And the more games I play, the more comfortable I'm going to get.
I don't give a damn about the 10 turnovers. It did nothing to me. It's her first professional game. Obviously, she was a bit aggressive. I'm looking for the aggression.
And now Clark comes up with a steal. Clark thought about pulling up from 3. Will dip inside. There are the first points in the WNBA career of Caitlin Clark.
I'm looking for the sniper-like mentality.
Here's Clark, a good look from 3. She got the first 3 in the career of Caitlin Clark.
But still, Indiana was down by 15, the largest lead of the night.
And I love Aaliyah Boston pouring into this young rookie. It's supposed to be hard. This is an adjustment period, and Aaliyah making sure that her rookie knows we have your back. I love that leadership from Aaliyah Boston.
But I'd also love it if you subscribe for more videos that make you laugh, cry, and be inspired.
They punched us in the mouth tonight.
So Bantam in this game, Clark had it stripped. Last hit her foot.
We really did not play a good game, but we were right there at moments, and then it kind of got away from us at the end of the third and fourth quarter.
Harris at 3. She got it. 4-3 tonight for Ty Harris.
Do you feel like last night should be deemed a success for Caitlin?
Of course, the night was a success.
Absolutely.
What I love most about Caitlin Clark is that she never gives up on the game, no matter how hopeless.
I hope she goes in the WNBA, and I hope she wreaks havoc.
Gets a look. Hits.
She plays for the fans. You pay to see her, she's gonna play hard to the very last second.
Clark will fire and hit the 3.
Why is she a star? Because we know that she will pull up from the logo, and it goes in.
And hit from 3. 4-3 of the night.
when you show that capability in your first game, to me, that's just a sign of things to come, and I love it.
Everything that happened to Caitlin out on the floor, she can learn from.
I think just a lot to learn from. You know, it's the first one. There's going to be good ones, there's going to be bad ones, and, you know.
The Connecticut Sun spoiled the debut of Caitlin Clark.
By making these videos, I studied her life, and it taught me one thing. You can't achieve greatness without defeat, the same way you can't have love without pain. Sorry, I had to do it. Guys, thank you so much for your time. Please subscribe because in the next video, we're going to New York.
Great environment for women's basketball. It's awesome.
We've got to get to New York. We've got to figure out what we did tonight that we can do better.
No doubt the best minutes we've seen thus far in the extraordinarily nascent career of Caitlin Clark.